Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Bhutale Swayam Rupam Kadamayam Tadandrisham Padamkiyam Vandeham Shri Guru Sivata Padakamalam Shri Gurum Vaishnavamsa Shri Rupam Sagaradatam Sagana Raghunatham Tulitam Taptasya Jivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Pada Sagana Lalita Vishakam Nityancha He Krishna Karna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpade Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namaste Tapta Kanta Gaurangi Radha Vrindavaneshwari Vishabhanu Suri Devi Pranamami Haripriye Vancha Kalpataru Krishna Kripa Sindhye Vacha Patitana Pavane Vaishnavebho Namo Namah Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasari Gaurasanga Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Narayana Namaskritam Naram Chaivam Narottamam Devim Saraswati Vyasam Tato Dayam Viduyayam Nastapaya Subhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Sloke Bhakti Bhavantane Tike Krishnaya Vasudevaya Devaki Nandanaya Cha Nandagopa Kumaraya Govindaya Namo Namaha Krishna, welcome to the morning Srimad Bhagavatam class. Fortunate to give the class. It's a service I am doing it. I have no qualification of this matter. Hare Krishna. So today we are talking about chapter 1, canto 1, chapter 16, how Parishit Maharaj received the age of Kali, and sloka number 4. So let us recite on the sloka. Nijagraha Ojasavira Kalim Dikvijaye Kovid Nirapava Linga Dharam Sudram Gandham Ko Mitunam Pada Gandham Nijagraha Ojasavira Kalim Dikvijaye Kochit
Digvijaye Kachit.
Nirpavalinga Dharam Sudram
Nirpalinga Dharam Shudram.
Kanchat Ko Mitunam Pada
Gandham Go Mitunam Pada.
Nijagraha Ojasavira
Nija Agaha Gojasa Vira.
Kalim Dikvijaye Kochit
Digvijaye Kachit.
Nirpavalinga Dharam Sudram
Nirpalinga Dharam Sudram.
Kandatam Ko Mitunam Pada.
Kandadam Mitunam Pada.
Word by word meaning. Nijagraha
Nijagraha.
sufficiently punished.
Sufficiently
Ojasa
Ojasa.
by Praus. Veera violent hero.
Violent
Kalim
Kali.
unto Kali,
Unto Kali.
the master of the age.
The master of the age.
Dikvijaye on his way conquer the world. To conquer the world. Kochit
Kachit.
once upon a time.
Once upon a time.
Nirupalinga Dharam,
Nirpalinga Dharam.
one who possessed in the dress of a king.
Who passes in the dress of the king.
Sudram,
Shudram.
the low class.
The low class.
Gantatam,
Gandhatam.
hurting.
Hurting.
Go Mitunam,
Go Mitunam.
a cow and a bull.
A cow and a bull.
Pada,
Pada.
on the leg.
On the leg.
A translation purport by Grace A. Bhaktivedanta Srila Prabhupada. Jai Shri Prabhupada. Translation, line by line. Once, when Maharaj Parishit was on his way
when Maharaj Parikshit was on the way
to conquer the world, he saw the master of the Kali Yuga,
he is the master of the
who was lower than the Sudra,
who is the lowest the Sudra,
disguised as a king,
discussed as the king,
and hurting the leg of a cow and a bull.
and the hunting the head of the cow and bull.
The king at once
The king at once
caught hold of him
caught hold of
to
him
deal sufficient punishment.
to deal sufficient punishment.
So the purpose of the king's going out to conquer the world is not for self-aggrandizement. The Maharaj Parikshit went out to conquer the world after his ascendance to the throne. But this was not for the purpose of aggression on the other state. He was the emperor of the world, and all small states were already under his regime. His purpose in going out was to see how things were going on in terms of godly state. The king, being the representative of the Lord, has to execute the will of the Lord duly. There is no question of self-aggrandizement. Thus, as soon as Maharaj Parikshit saw the low-class man in the dress of a king was hurting the legs of the cow and bull, at once he arrested and punished him. The king cannot tolerate insult to the most important animal, the cow, nor can he tolerate disrespect to the most important man, the Brahmana. The human civilization meant to advance the causes of Brahminical culture, and to maintain it, how cow protection is essential. This is a miracle in milk, for it contains all the necessary vitamins to sustain human psychological conditions for the higher achievement. The Brahminical culture can advance only when a man is educated to develop the quality of the goodness, and for this there is a primary necessity of food prepared with milk, fruit and grains. Maharaj Parikshit was astonished to see that the black Sudra, the dressed like a ruler, was mistreating the cow, the most important animal in human society. The age of Kali means mismanagement and quarrel, and the root cause of all the mismanagement and quarrel is that worthless man with a mode of low class man who have no higher ambition in life. Come to the realm of state management, such men at the post of the king are sure to first hurt the cow and Brahminical culture, thereby pushing all society towards hell. Maharaj Parikshit, trained as he was, got the scent of this root cause of all the quarrel in the world. Thus he wanted to stop in the very beginning. Hare Krishna. So few points are very important from this sloka, we will be discussing it. So some of the points is godly state. So we are trying to understand, and self-aggrandizement, that's another word we are want to discuss, and the duty of a king, Go Rakshaka, because most of the slokas revolving around the cow. Then comes to the relationship between the cow and Brahmana. There are 7 mothers, and why Krishna took different incarnations, and how much Krishna likes cow, and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu first prayer, that is also we will discuss, and Prabhupada, he calls himself as Surabhi cow. So the last is not the but least one, the symptoms of Kali Yuga. So these are the highlights of the point we will be discussing on today's sloka, and to understand in depth of the subject. So first we will discuss about the meaning for that godly state. So the word godly state is mentioned. So what it trying to tell? So godly state means he actually the purpose of kings going out to conquer the world is not for self-aggrandizement, and Maharaj Parikshit went out to conquer the world after his ascendant to the throne. But this was not a proper purpose to aggressions on other state. Okay, so in this content we are trying to understand godly state. Godly state means Krishna has got certain plans. So we also got some plans. So Krishna has a master plan, how the world has to run. So that is called godly state. So here the purpose of creation of this world is creation is to meet the kings has to maintain the way he wanted it. So the kings are the representatives of the Krishna. So that is what the Krishna's motto, why he created this. So when when it against the Krishna's will, then the kings has to punish the people who are miscreant. So that's what is that. And also we are trying to understand the second point is self-aggrandment. So this word, what it means. So actually, this whole scenario, conversation happens between the Sutta Goswami and the sages at the Naimisharanya, and they will be discussing about the Parshit Maharaj and Sukadev Goswami, the conversation happening on the Ganges. So Parshit Maharaj is a highly qualified person to rule the entire world, and the self-aggrandizement means the Krishna is the supreme controller of all planet. That is what everybody assumes. Krishna is the supreme controller and all the supreme preparator. So he is the owner of the whole world. So so we are that servant of the Krishna. That's all. So we can't. That's what he said. Parishit didn't go to for rounds to capture more land or more property to increase his zone. He is the king of the whole world itself. So, but he is not an illusion. Parishit is not an illusion that I am the Lord, I am the controller. He is a representative. He understood thoroughly. That's why he want to make sure that the godly concept is maintained. He is going round. That's what he says it. He was emperor and a small state as already in Islam. The purpose of going out was to see that how things were going on in terms of godly state. So as per the Krishna's will, is that all the citizen and the state is running, or they are in Krishna conscious. To see that only he is going, not to capture or people who are miscreant, who are away doing against the Krishna's will, he will punish him. So Kali is getting punishment because he is doing which is against the Krishna's will. So that we have to correctly understand. So the role of the king. The duty of the king is the third point we are discussing. The God conscious of the king to punish who hurt the cow and Brahmana. So whatever situation, he has to go ahead and he should take it law in order. So, generally, it has happened in even SLNT also when one of the Bakrid time, one of the cow was a Muslim were taking to slaughterhouse, that somehow the cow escaped from the herd and it entered the SLNT temple. So president has fought with people with the commissioner level and protected them. So that is the leadership quality. You have to do the dharma what Krishna's laid out. So that's what the king or the leader has to protect, safeguard this Krishna's interest. So Krishna wanted two people to be protected. So one is Namo Brahmane Devaya, Go Brahmane Taita. So the cow and Brahmana to be protected. That's very, very important for us. So these two characters are more important. So then we will be discussing about the Go Rakshaka. So Go Rakshaka means the cow protection. Cow should be always protected, especially in Bhagavad Gita it is mentioned. Go Rakshaka, no other animal is mentioned to protection. Only cow has to be protected, and the cow has to given a special protection. So the underlying in Bhagavad Gita itself. And generally they talks about there is an injection not to harm animal. In Bhagavad Gita says that not to harm animals. But when it comes to cow, he specially says you have to protect. But extra care to be given to cow, because the most important animal in the human society. So that's why we have to protect the cows. So that we have to understand that why we have to do that. Next comes the topic of the relationship between the Brahminical culture and Brahminical culture and the cow protection. So because here they say that why they are saying the two things. One is Brahmana they have protected and cow. Brahminical culture. So the relationship it talks about Brahminical culture is the ultimate meant to for the spiritual progress of everyone utilize their their themselves to go back to home. So Brahminical culture is the ultimate. So that is the topmost to progress our and utilize that to back to home, back to God. That's why in ISKCON also they will initiate Brahminical diksha they given it so that no they will practice on that platform so that no they understand and that is a pathway to go back home, back to God. So that is important. The relationship between these two is also the human being who meant for God realization. So our bodies to God's realization is very important. So for that, how we will get God conscious? Because realization by that deriving the necessary nutrition and vitamin to take by taking the cow milk. So by drinking cow milk, our brain is getting nourished nicely, and if that is nourished, then scriptures we are able to understand. So that's why cow milk. Usually mother gives milk for 2 years maximum, but all his life only cow is protecting. So cow milk is plays a major role in our life. So also we are going to discuss about the 7 mothers, which is important to understand. The 7 mothers are our own mother and the Guru Patini and the wife of a Brahmana and the wife of a king, that is queen, cow and the nurse, Datri and the earth. So out of that, cow also plays a role. So that's why we have to understand that this very important role on that our life. So apart from that also we will be trying to understand. So because the slokas revolves around the cow and why Parishit is talking. So that's why we go a little more deeper the importance of cow in our life. So that is also we are trying to understand. Then comes to our so also in Vedas also it is given importance of the cow. So once what happened, Brahma created Agalya. So when he is when he Srishti that Agalya, she is the most beautiful girl in this world. And there is a huge competition for Asuras, Devatas, everybody competing, guys, I want to get married, I want to get married. Then Brahma was confused. Okay, for that I'll give simple test. You have to go around the world and come back. Then whoever comes first, I will give the girl to you. Then everybody got that chariot vehicle and rushing, everybody was running. So to get that Agalya, they want to marry. So that is the time what happened that Gautam Rishi, he goes, brings one cow coolie, stands and he circumcises and he takes away that. So circumambulating the cow is equal to circumambulating the world. So happily he married and left. So this is a Vedic scriptures give us that even just one small circumstance we do every day possible. Whenever you go to Dham or Goshala, at least do one circumstance. So it is equal to circumambulating the whole world. So every part of the cow also auspicious, urine, cow dung, nothing is thing. It eats the dry grass and gives a nutrition milk. No other machine can giving a one side grass and other side nutrition food. So cow hurdling and cow hugging therapy that is very famous in western countries nowadays. You know how much for 90 minutes, I mean 1.5 hours, if you want to take that therapy you have to pay $300, that is equal to 24,000 rupees of Indian money. So that they are doing it. So this is becoming more popular and that trend is not very far for India also, because we are neglecting that cows. Okay, we are behind that Jersey, all nonsense animals. Okay, so pure cow. When we say cow means it's a natty cow, country cow. It's very important. Actually, how it works? When you hug the cow, your stress level is comes down. Psychological problems are solved. Why they are doing so much charging and that? It is because of these problem. People having high stress abroad, they are behind money. So for that, more slogging and working more hours. So finally, end up into more stress. So to reduce the stress, they are taking this therapy. Psychologists or psychiatric problem also they are coming up. So psychological problem this solves. So now, so how this works? Actually, cow body is high temperature and our BP is very low. So these two, when somebody hugs the cow, the happy hormones are released in the human body. That is oxidized is a hormone. Scientists are found out, and stress hormones are reduced. So biological changes happen when you hug the cow or calf. In your body, this change happens. The hormones of happy hormones are secreting, and the stress hormones are diminishing. So that's why the cure is happening. So that's why when this is happening, you are able to reduce the stress level as well as psychological issues. So this we have to understand why cow is very important in our life. So also we will be touching upon the why Krishna has appeared in this appeared different forms or incarnations in this world. There is a question for that. Bhagavatam 8th canto, Sukadeva Goswami says. So you might have heard about all the Dasavadaras, fish, tortoise, Narsimha, Parasuram. So many incarnations are here taken. That is the main purpose is the first and foremost is protection of cow. Krishna takes this avatara to protect the cow, and there are 7 purposes Krishna takes. The first foremost purpose is the go. Sri Sukha Uvacha go. So protect the cow. Vipra, the protection of Brahmanas. And Sudhanam. Sudhanam means protection of sadhu. Sadhu means pure devotees. And Sura, protection of demigods. And Chandasa, protection of Vedic literatures. And also Dharmasya, protection of the Dharma. And Arthasya, the last one, principle to fulfill the purpose of life. So all these 7 purpose, Krishna is taking all the avatars to protect these 7 purposes. So they are very important to understand. This is given by Sukadeva Goswami in the canto, 8th canto. He is talking about that. And also let us touch upon, so much we are talking about Krishna cow. So what Krishna thinking of about cow? Okay, that we have to understand now. How much he loves Krishna. So Krishna, for him cow is utmost. He loves so much. He taken a birth of a cowherd boy in Vrindavan. Okay, if you ask somebody which birth, I said I want to son of a Ambani or US president. Okay, materialistic people find it, but Krishna's mind is to take a birth in Vrindavan cowherd boy. So because Krishna loves cows, and he kept his name for his place about Goloka. Generally, when you build a new house, you give the name for the house, Lakshmi Nilaya. So they love more of Lakshmi. Okay, they give the name of Venkata Nilaya or Balaji Nilaya. So whatever they like most, they keep that house name. So here Krishna keeps the Goloka means he loves cow topmost. And also his name also Gopala. So he keeps a cow also name, in his name itself is Gopala. And also he is called as Govinda, the pleasure giving to the cows. He gives the pleasure to the cows. See how much he made it. See, wife give pleasure to the husband. So that means she likes so much the husband, right? So you can, in that context, you understand that how much Krishna could have given pleasure to her cows. So we understand, that's why Govinda. So in the Purushottam and the sloka also starts from Govinda, Govardhana, Govinda, all these go comes in that. So we have to understand how much it is. Here that Krishna had a big cattle farm, cow Goshala. Lakhs of cows he was herding. it is he loves the cow. He want to protect it. Okay, but modern days business people are keeping the cow for slaughterhouse. So how much different is that? One side Krishna is keeping the cow for protection, other side is modern man is keeping the cow for slaughterhouse. So this content we have to understand how much he cares and loves for that. So also what Chaitanya Mahaprabhu he thinking of cows, and the first prayer he offered to the Jagannath when he was in Puri Jagannath Rathayatra. At the end of the Rathayatra, when he sees Jagannath on the chariot, he offered the first prayer that Namo Brahmane Devaya Go Brahmanitaya Se Jagatnaya Krishnaya Govindaya Namo Namaha. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu never offered any prayers. The first prayer itself is starts with that. He says that he who is always ready to do welfare for the cows and brahmanas. So the biggest meaning, Namo Brahmane Devaya, Go Brahmane Hitayatya. So welfare. When you say the welfare, we have to understand the depth of the meaning and the understanding. We should have that how much they care about that. So government always says welfare fund, welfare, but is it reaching to the bottom line? So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu himself is glorifying the Jagannath, saying that Lord, you are keeping the welfare for the brahmanas and cows. So in that context we have to take. So Lord, he is telling to the, is offering prayer for us only to understand how important is cow is there. So also the Prabhupada also he is talking about cow. Also one of the contexts which rarely heard about that when the Americans were sitting and in the morning program, and there's one devotee rushing and say that America, he got a green card for Prabhupada. He said that America is waiting for you, ready to welcome you. You got a green card. Then he was telling that Prabhupada that Prabhupada immediately said, I'm indebted to America. They given me people, they given me the money also. So he was crying and tears are coming from his eyes, and he's telling that glorifying the Americans when he got the green card for citizenship in America. So also he says that immediately that one of the devotees asking Prabhupada, I heard about that you always saying that you are like a cow, and wherever your devotees needs you, you go there and give milk. I can't understand this statement. Somehow other you are not dry. You are always giving. So what he is trying to tell is you are always saying that I am. You are giving here. The giving is a knowledge. Milk, giving milk is a knowledge. Prabhupada, and wherever the devotees are calling, he goes and gives. He never tries out. Okay, I have this much knowledge only. I have done. He never say that. He is giving the knowledge to the wherever the devotees need. So then Prabhupada is laughing and telling that yes, I am the Surabhi cow. Okay, Surabhi cow always gives anything he wanted, and it satisfies the desire of the devotee. He qualifies himself as Surabhi cow. See that Prabhupada, the level of understanding about the cow and the words he used the terms and correlating it, knowledge with cow. So these are the very impressive statement Prabhupada given, and also finally, not the least, last one, but not the least one is Kali Yuga. In Kali Yuga, what exactly going to happen? So that let us understand, because unless you don't have fear, you will not take it serious. So in Kali, what is happening is when Kali begins, in Brahmins, in Kali began, Brahmins are not protected, there will be a chaos. In the Kali Yuga, what the Brahmins are not protected, then chaos is happening. The quarrel, and that's what even the sloka says, that in Kali Yuga means management and quarrel. And the root cause for all mismanagement, quarrel, is the worthless man in the modern mode of low class man who has have no higher ambition in life. Someone come to the realm of state management. Such men at the post of a king are sure to first hurt the cow and Brahminical culture. So when the politicians are there, they're low class people because of reservation. So low class people are ruling. What they will do is they started hurt these two peoples, cow slaughters, and opened it. Brahminicals are no reservation for them. No, actually the fund was reserved for them for the Brahmins, that and all, they stopped it. All the temple money their government is taking, using for the other purpose, liquor shop and other misusing the temple fund also, where common people are donating for the welfare of the Brahmanas and the temple management, temple running the temple, but actually the politician misusing it. So this is all happening in Kali Yuga. This will happen. That's what they clearly say, that what will happen. They're predicting the Kali Yuga. The Kali Yuga is very degraded. Okay, all are Sudras only. There is no Brahminical peoples are available. And treasurers of fault means anything you touch, it's all fault only. There is nothing right you can find in this Kali Yuga. Everything fault only. So these are the problems. So only thing is one good quality is Harinam is available freely. So chant the holy name, and anyone, anytime, anywhere he can chant the holy name, and influence will be reduces. Within the chant, with the mercy of the Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Srila Prabhupada, we got the holy name, and we are fortunate to pronounce the holy name and get ready for back home, back to God. Hare Krishna. Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Hope so understood that today's slokas we covered a few important points. That is godly state, self-aggrandizement, duty of a king, Go-Rakshaka, symptoms of Kali Yuga, relationship between cow and Brahmana. There are 7 mothers, and why Krishna took different incarnation, how much Krishna likes the cow, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's glorifying the cows, and also Prabhupada is also realizing the importance of cow, how he correlates himself as a cow. So symptoms of Kali, all these things we are touch upon the subject. Hope it's clear. Thank you.